love doing a plan with me in real time, the one that I did last week for you guys. So I decided I would do that again this week. I had said that I would show you the progression of last week. Well, actually, I said I would show you the final spread for last week in this week's video. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how last week turned out, and then we're going to plan this week. So if you are interested to see how I plan for this week, then just keep on watching. All right, so I filmed that intro a few weeks ago and I told you I was going to do a plan with me and then I would show you how the last week turned out. So this is the last plan with me that you saw, was using the Honey Charm kit. And I really love how this turned out. So this is what it looks like. But then a few weeks have gone by. So I used the Safe Travels kit. It's a really pretty traveling kit. And since we traveled for summer, we went home to California. I used that this week. We did some visiting with my family and we were able to get together with some of Ben's brothers. And then we did do a trip to Disneyland, which was fun for us. We just did like 3 days there. So then the next week, I used the Firefly Fields kit, which I just love. It is so pretty. And I really only used the stickers from the kit other than like the Laptop Girls. These are the bows that you get free with the kits if you order them the first weekend they are out. And then I did use a few Disney stickers because I was like, you know what, I'm going to use them because I love them and I don't get to use them all that often anymore since we don't live in California. And then this is this past week, so it is Sunday today, and I used, you guys, I can't remember what this kit is called, Spring Showers, I think. I did design it for spring, but it rained so much this week that I just thought, and I kind of back planned like half of it. So I just thought that was a good kit to use for this past week. And then for this coming week, I am going to use the Lake Mode kit. I didn't really have plans of which kit I was going to use. I did a poll on Instagram asking if you guys wanted to see Lake Mode or in the sand, and this one won. So I'm going to do this kit, and I'm not going to the lake or to the beach this week, but it's still very summery and I really love it. I do think there are some lakes near me, which we'll have to check out at some point, but yeah. And then this week actually is the kids' first week of school, so I will be using the School Days, the new back to school kit from my shop. I'll be using that this next week. And then I probably will be using Summer Farm for this last week of, actually, I don't know, because this is the week of our anniversary, so I might use something else and then maybe use Summer Farm here at the beginning of September. I don't know. We will see. But we are doing the Lake Mode kit, and it is in gold foil. It is a really pretty kit. And then here are the florals that I use and the add-on sheet. And the only other stickers I'm going to use, I'm just trying to do really basic so it is sustainable, is that the right word, for me to keep planning every week. This just simplifies it and makes it a lot easier for me to keep up with it. As you can see, I've planned the last month or so, but see, there were lots of weeks that I didn't get to plan. I even put in the sticker kits, but I didn't get to plan. So this is just really easy for me to keep up with right now. So the only stickers that I'm going to be pulling are these bows from Clever Gal Crafts. And the reason why I'm not using the matching bows for this is because they're gone. Like, I don't have any. I give them when people order the kits. And then these are the Laptop Girls. I don't know what she calls them. I call them Laptop Girls, but these are from Panda Bird Design that I use every week. And then obviously some date dots, which these are from Simply Watercolor Co. These were like a $2 Tuesday like years ago. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and start planning this. I also am using some scissors and the tweezers that I love, and then my favorite pen is this one, and it is the Muji pen. I just get these off of Amazon. This is in the 0.38 like point. This is really tiny and it actually took me a little while to get used to, but I actually love it and prefer this. So, all right, with all that being said, let's get to planning here. Like I said, it is Sunday, so I actually, whoops, what am I grabbing? So I actually am planning ahead. which has been nice. I did, as you could see during our trip to California, I tried to keep up. Sorry, if you can get my head in, I see my head. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this. Okay, I don't think you can. Maybe my nose. Sometimes my nose gets in there. What was I saying? I did take this on my trip and I wanted to try to keep up with it. I didn't. It is really hard for me to remember just even a few days ago, because especially with the summer when we don't have, oh my gosh, I don't have a 17. What was I thinking? Or, okay, we're gonna just stop right there. Okay, hold on. Wait, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I just need to find an 18. Maybe I have some in my stash. That's one thing that's annoying with date dots. If you don't use them like consecutive, like, you know, weeks together, then you start missing numbers, which is fine. I do have some of these other sheets, but I'm not sure if I have a 17. We will have to see. But anyway, I was saying that if I don't keep up with my planner, or even if I don't jot it down on like a paper or on a different like weekly notepad or in the back of this planner like I did for maybe a week and then I stopped doing it, then I will forget what happened, and it just makes back planning super hard. So I've really been wanting to keep up with this. I love this planner and I want it to be full. Like, even though I didn't plan for a long time, like, look how chunky that looks with the weeks that I did. I love it. So that's kind of my goal. That's what I like to do. I was going to talk about our trip a little bit. Listen, flights are expensive, and it's expensive to fly from one end of the country to the other, which we knew that when we moved over here that we would need to be, you know, traveling home at least once a year. And I think other than the first year we were here, like, it took us a year to get back home. You know what I mean? Like, we moved the summer and then we didn't go back home until the following summer, right? I think so. Anyway, we have actually seen family once or twice, I think, a year so far since we moved over here. If you are new, we are originally from California, so all our family is over there for the most part. And we moved to Virginia 3 years ago this month, actually. So we've been here for a while. Anyway, so all I'm saying is my parents had talked about coming and visiting us, so we weren't really gonna go home this summer because we thought my parents were coming. But then with the move and everything, I was like, how about you just wait until we get situated here, just so you can come during a relaxing time and not during a stressful time. So they just didn't end up coming, because then my husband had to go to LA for work, and he was like, why don't you guys just come, because since I'm getting my plane ticket taken care of, we'll just have to pay for your 3 plane tickets. And so that's why we ended up going home during the summer. Of course we would want to, like I said, it's just very expensive, so we have to kind of plan that out. And we also always want to like do something, you know, while we're over there, not just like stare at each other. So anyway, my parents like rented like a really fun Airbnb. Was it Airbnb? VRBO? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Rented a house near, like, in San Diego area, and it was like a playhouse. It had a pool, it had a really big green, like, turf grass area. My kids aren't little, but my brother has 3 little boys, and then my sister has a little girl, so there are little kids that need to be able to run around. But I was just gonna say, they had like an outside like building that had a bunch of arcades and arcade games in there. They had a shuffleboard, they had pool, they had air hockey, foosball, they had an outside ping pong table, they had a huge like outside chess game, they had a little putting area, a basketball court. I mean, it was a huge, I felt like, I don't know, it was just like one of the best houses we've rented. Like, so fun, so much to do, and it was really nice. So we did that with my family for a few days. And then just my family, meaning like my husband and 2 kids, we went to Disneyland for 3 days. It was like a, what's it called? Like a deal that Disney was doing. Like if you went for 3 days, then the tickets were only $100 a day instead of whatever ridiculous amount they are right now. Like, I think I'm doing this the wrong way, you guys, but this is what happens when I talk and plan. Normally I put this sticker above this one, but it's fine, it doesn't really matter. So we chose to do Disneyland for 2 days and the California adventure for one of the days, and that really worked out really well. It was tons of fun. We went to Disneyland right before we moved because we're like, we don't know when we'll be back, so we need to do it now. So that was the last time we've been to Disneyland. We have been to Disney World a few times since we've moved here, but we have not been back to Disneyland, so that was really fun. I'm trying to think if anything was actually different. I don't think so. I mean, Tiana's Palace, like restaurant, what is it called? I can't think of what it's actually called. Tiana's Place, Palace, whatever, you know, her restaurant, they are redoing Splash Mountain to Tiana's Adventure. I don't know what they're calling it, but to a Tiana ride, which was still closed. But they made like the little French market into her restaurant, which I think is really cute. And I was looking it up, and I feel like people thought that they could have done more with it. And the food, I don't know. I like some of Disneyland food, but there is not food there that I like love and have to have every time we go there. When I go to Universal Studios, I love to eat, well, we love to eat at the Harry Potter restaurants. Like, that food is actually good food and worth the money. I love going there. But at Disneyland, I don't ever have like a place I have to eat. If you guys do, let me know. And I've been going there since I was a little kid. The only thing I like love are like their corn dogs. Actually, we went to Docking Bay Docking 7. Bay 7. I can't remember what it's called, but it's in the Star Wars area, Galaxy's Edge, and that food was actually good. They had these like bows and they were really good. I did like those. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. At Avengers Campus, their breakfast is really good, and I feel like we did eat there too. I had like their taco salad, and that was good. I'm trying to think if there was really anything else. I'm trying to think. California Adventure, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it was a fun time. And then we went back to where my parents lived while Ben did his work stuff for a few days, and we just spent time with my family there. And then we went back down because my husband's stuff was going on actually in Anaheim where Disneyland is. So then we went back down and then stayed with him and flew back home. So it was, I think we were there for like 10 days, and it was a really good trip overall. I'm glad we went. It's hard because I'm always, I don't know, it's sad. I should be like always looking forward to a trip or a vacation, but all I can think about is all the stuff I need to do before we go, and thinking I'm not going to get it all done, and then thinking of all the work that I have to do when I get back. And so it's really hard for me to like enjoy and relax and be excited, but obviously I'm always happy that we went. I was happy we went. So that was a good time, and that's kind of what we did for this summer with all the moving and getting the kids situated and into their registered to their new schools and soccer starting back up. Like, it has been a busy summer, just with not like your usual stuff, you know? So with that being said, summer is now over, and I can't believe it because when summer was starting, it was like we were moving into the house, and now we have been here for I still feel like it hasn't been that long, just over a month, I guess, and it just doesn't feel like that long to me. And I feel like my kids are ready for school. My daughter is actually really excited about, I don't know if I like this, I'm just gonna do it. We don't care, it's not gonna matter at the end, in the end. My daughter is actually really excited being at a new school, just kind of having a fresh start. I mean, nothing happened at her old school or anything, and I am actually surprised that she's like that. I mean, she's gonna be in 11th grade. I mean, that's a big deal to switch schools, you know, when you're going into your 11th grade year. So she has been a real positive person about that, and I have appreciated that, because as a mom, it has been hard for me thinking I'm having my kids change schools again. Especially this late. They're not in elementary school where it's easier, you know, for them to transition and stuff like that. So that was my biggest worry when we were looking for a home. We switched counties and everything, so there wasn't an option for them to stay at their school. They had to leave. So actually, when we looked at these homes that we're in now, I had a hard time being okay with it. I like cried because I loved the home. I loved the area. I thought it would be really good for our family. It made me sad to think about what I was going to do to them, if I was going to affect them negatively. And honestly, every move we've done, every change we have ever made has always been good. Like, the kids have always been happier. They've always, I don't know, it just has always worked out. So that's all I can hope for, and I'm excited for their school year. Of course, I will be a nervous wreck all day while they're at school waiting to hear back. And I know it will be, you know, a rough couple weeks for them, like, to make friends and get comfortable in their new schools and all that. But I am hoping that that is what it will be. So, okay, we have our base laid out. Like, this is how I like to set up my week before I start planning. I do have my Paper Tess Designs planner that I use. Well, it wasn't working, or it wasn't doing exactly what I wanted, but then I was like, no, I want to keep using it and make it work for me, which I'll kind of explain that maybe at a different time, or I've already kind of talked about it. But it's like a Hobonichi week style, but I like that this section is all already kind of laid out for you with all these like lists. This schedule part is the part I think that isn't really working for me, just because it's so tiny that when I have used it, let me see if I have an example here. I was just kind of putting like AM routine. I was using it for my workouts right here, and just trying to use it the best I could. See here, when I was trying to put in like times, it's just so tiny, and I don't really look at this. I like to look at this that has like my schedule on it right here, and then use things like taking my stuff from my checklist and putting them over here to the assigned days. Does that make sense? So anyway, this is what we have for this week. So I'm going to just be referencing that and putting it in here. For Monday, on Mondays, I really don't like to plan anything big, because I just like coming back from the weekend and being able to focus on work. So I don't really like to schedule anything on Mondays. I like it to be a free day, especially like if the kids have Mondays off, then I don't have anything like big planned. Yeah. Or because sometimes we go out for that weekend and then I don't have, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I like having Monday to do what I need to do. I'm over here, I think, so I'm trying to get back on being healthy. And when I say healthy, I'm just need to get back on track here. So I was tracking my stuff on my Fitness Pal. I'm not like eating in a calorie deficit, just kind of doing portion control, I guess, making sure that I'm not overeating, because I think I eat when I'm bored or stressed, and it's not good. So I was doing my Fitness Pal, but I think this week I want to focus on just like a 15-minute walk a day, which does not sound like a lot. Obviously, these are just baby steps. So 15-minute walk, and that can be on the treadmill or outside, whatever, I don't care. This, I like to put our meals, and I have our meals already planned out for this week, but I don't assign them a day. It just depends on what's going on that day, and then I will pick one of these meals that fits what's going on that day, and I will make that. So I'm not going to put it in right here. I will put them in, and even though this doesn't say like Monday, Tuesday, that's kind of how I use it, is Monday, Tuesday, you know, so on. I'll put it in when I've made the meal or decided, and then I'll put it in right here. This is kind of things that I need to get on. So my kids are getting sports physicals for their schools, so I need to do the sports paperwork to take to the doctor. We need to return my son's Chromebook from his other school. We have to do that this week. I also need to do my daughter's medical form for her travel soccer. She needs that for the tournament this weekend that's happening. And then lastly, I'm just gonna wait. If something comes up, then I can put it there. So these are just like top things that I need to do this week. Monday, I don't have anything for Monday, so I don't need to write anything. This box is so pretty. I love it. And look at these like dark colored bows are gonna be so pretty with that. So Tuesday we have practice for my daughter. So I have been using these boxes, these little swatch boxes with a floral. I'm not sure. I'm gonna use this. Hopefully this doesn't change. She was supposed to have practice Friday, but there was a big tornado watch and there was a lot of rain and wind, so her coach changed it to Saturday, which is fine, but I had already written it down. So I just had to cross that off. Well, I didn't even cross it off. I just wrote rescheduled and then wrote it again. So we'll put practice. And then I'm gonna put the time later, just, because this is going up before things are happening, just for some privacy. And then my son has his physical, his sports physical with the doctor. Although, okay, if this, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna put it down here because it's like in the afternoon. And I'll probably put like a work sticker here. So I'll be able to do that. So doctor appointment, and actually I know it's in the afternoon, but I can't remember what time I had requested. And Wednesday she has practice again, but now it's in early evening, which I'm like, why did you do that to me? Like, these are early practices, like 7 before 9, and it's about 35 minutes away, which is fine. And I prefer it to be in the morning right now before school starts. But this time, like early, like at dinner time, basically like dinner time, it's a little bit hard because we have to leave early and then we'll be home. Like, we're either gonna have to have like an early dinner or a late dinner, and it's just kind of an annoying time. Okay, and then Thursday, my daughter has her orientation for her new high school. She is, what was I going to say? They have it, it's like for 9th graders, freshmen, to come and do the walk school, but it's also for new transfer students, which I think is really nice. And she will have her schedule, so she'll really be able to walk it. I remember when she went to her other school, or her first high school as a freshman, they did not have their, hold on, I can't talk and write. They did not have their classes out. And so it was like, why are you walking around? Like, what are you doing exactly? I don't get it, but okay. Oh, I'll probably write that here, that schedules will be released this day. Okay, and Friday, I really wish that my son has his orientation this day. I don't know what time it's at. I've been looking for the time, and I need to contact them because I feel like they told me he's registered, but I haven't gotten any contact from them, as in, like, I've been getting emails from my daughter's new school, like emails and text messages and all that from her, but for my son, I've gotten nothing from his new school. And so I need to contact them and be like, what's happening? I don't know what time that's at. I'm not gonna write it just in case it's down here and I need to put it down there. But my daughter does have a tournament this weekend, so we are needing to put in her games. Okay, I'm gonna kind of move over here just because of sticker choices here. She has a morning game on Saturday, so I'm gonna put that there, and I'll put this here. It always takes a big chunk of time because not only, is it the game time, but she has to be there 45 minutes before, and then it's gonna take about 30 minutes to get to the game. So, I mean, it's several hours of time. Okay, and here, okay, Saturday, her game is in the middle of the day, which is fine. Although with how hot it's been, it's like, why'd you guys have to do that to them? Okay, so probably, I don't know what this is gonna be for, but I need to kind of split this up a little bit. So I took this corner edge, and I actually like to use these as like flags. They're really cute as flags. But on this add-on sheet, I will take this corner sheet or corner page and I will cut it down so I can use it this way. And then I like to use one of these stamp stickers, and I don't know what this is going to be for, but oh, you know what? I might be able to put a Premier League game for that day, because they're back, baby. Premier League is happening, and if you don't know what that is, it's soccer. it's British soccer, like England, men's soccer. And if you're new around here, I am kind of soccer obsessed. And that's not why my kids play. I feel like I've become soccer obsessed because my kids play. It was not happening before they played. Okay, and so this is a game, and then she actually has a party, like a birthday party to go to from a friend from her old high school. So I'm just going to put that, you think here? Here? I don't know, it doesn't really matter, does it? Oh! Party. I am gonna write it in just so I remember what I wrote party at. I don't remember what time that's at. This is a game. And then, oh, I still need to write the game for Friday. And then this is a game. And, okay, so this one is in the evening. And this, I think we're gonna go out to eat after her game for dinner. We normally go out on Fridays just to kind of, you know, welcome in the weekend. It's kind of like I make dinner and then I'll make a meal on the weekends. And so it's kind of nice having a little break. Do this purple. I'm just gonna put it so I have space. I know that this space. Okay, so dinner, her game. Okay, cool. So this is gonna be her first game this year. I'm excited. Okay, but that is all I'm going to do. I don't really do anything else when I'm pre-planning. I think that's kind of how it looked. Well, actually, I think this I had a couple days in, which probably makes it look a little bit prettier, but this is for reals planning my week. So I will show you guys what this looked like next week, or maybe I'll do like a Instagram where I plan out the day. Does that make sense? Like a reel like that. I've seen a couple girls do that, and I used to do those too. So maybe I'll do that. That would be fun. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. But I hope you guys enjoyed this plan with me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.